Shalom. First and foremost, we want to start by giving our praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rekakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to all you Akim that's pushing out the names Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, and the word with truth, sincerity, and charity, and the few sisters that listen and believe as well, man. And we can never say it enough. Well, I don't never get tired of saying it. Esau, Edom, your present queendom is going down, man. And of course, my dang on phone got stuff going on the screen, but never mind that, man. Because Esau, Edom, you are going to get this work, man. But as for us, being Israelites, the laws, statutes, and commandments are for us to abide by, man. Hey, but we have to exercise our minds, man. Hey, we have to exercise our minds for the things of righteousness, you know? Because if we don't rehearse the righteous acts, then, the brother Yanagi just said something when we was on the line, man. He said, if you're not gathering, you're scattering. And of course, if you're gathering, man, you're pushing out the words of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai with truth, sincerity, and charity, as we say. And you are reaping good fruits from that, man.
I got a precept with you.
Bible Kashai, y'all got it.
Real quick, this Joshua 1, verse 8, it say, this book of the law shall not depart out thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night. So the brother said you have to what? You have to think upon these things wherever you go. Wherever you go. So the Lord should be always on your mind, man. They say, and that they might observe to do according to all that which is written. Mm-hmm. Meaning what? Keeping the law, statutes, commandments, man. These things was written and told us how what have to be. The Lord told us and gave this wisdom and said, look, he said, this is the wisdom in the sight of the nations. That's Deuteronomy. So therefore, hey, in order to live, hey, what we supposed to do? Follow the law. It say, for then thou shalt make thy way to prosper, and then thou shalt have good success. So if you want to have good success in your life, hey, these are the things that you need to be doing. And that's what the brother is going into, man. Yep. Meditate on the Lord, giving your heart into Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, meaning your mind.
That's right. Hey, real quick, you want to grab that one?
This Sirach chapter 38 and verse 24. He said, the wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that had little business shall become wise. How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow, and that glorieth in the gold, that driveth oxen, and is occupied in their labors, and whose talk is of a bullock?
Nah, that's so spiritual, because when you go into that word leisure, of course, when you go into it go into on your free time or on your downtime, but actually that word leisure going to reading. So when you reading and doing what you're supposed to do, hey, that's where you putting your heart to, man.
Yeah.
So when you studying and when you going into words or you breaking down things in Hebrew, hey, you being diligent, man. Hey, the scripture tell you in Peter, man, if you do these things, hey, you shall not fall. Fail.
That's right.
So guess what? We are pushing for success. We want to what? Have that crown of life, man. And the only way we doing these things is what? By doing the things that are written. By rehearsing the righteous acts.
Doing the things that are pleasing to Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. You know, the scripture said, how can a young man understand his own way? You know, by following the ways of the Lord, man. By the word, by hearing of the word, man. And how can you hear the word? You got to read. You got to study. You know, you got to go into the scriptures, man. Go into the Hebrew. And certain camps, they don't do these things, man. They don't go into the Hebrew. You know, they don't go into prophecy. You know, but GMS, they goes into these things, man.
Yeah.
And that's why Paul Saul always say, and he say, well, just don't take my word for it, but search it out for yourself.
That's right.
And that's one thing the church of Berea always did. They went always and searched the scriptures daily to see if these things are so. So that you can be insured for what you reading. Yep. So you can believe and have faith.
The scripture said, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, man. So you got to put in your own diligent research on these things. Don't just go off what you hear and be a mockingbird. You know, you got to put in the research and the diligent work yourself, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to put in the work, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, because the scripture says, seek out their salvation with fear and trembling. They seek your own salvation with fear and trembling, man. Hey, so, you know, when it goes back to your leisure and your free time, when it goes into the time that you have to read and actually take in the things that the Lord had provided for us to be wisdom and be knowledge, and ultimately that's power, man. You have to take advantage of that time. And it says in 1 Timothy 4:8, it says, "For bodily exercise profited little, but godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of life that now is, and of that which is to come." Hey, so having the understanding of that, we have no continual city. So, hey man, we can go out and we could, of course, we go work our bodies out, or we could go spend our times with our family or anything else that may be vain. But hey, when it comes to the work we have about Yahushua, we must meditate upon the law, statutes, and commandments daily, man. Hey, evaluating ourselves first and foremost, seeking out our own salvation. You know, so we want to rehearse the righteous acts. That way, hey, we don't be found without that mark, man.
You know, blameless without spot, man.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. We want to have the market exemption on us when the Lord comes back, because he's angry with the wicked every day, man. So we want to make sure that we are doing things that's profitable unto our souls, man. Hey, invest more into our souls.
Hey, what verse? That's verse 8.
Come
You jump down to 14. I mean 16.
Yeah. Soon as this thing on internet speed up. This is 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 16. It says, "Take heed unto thyself and unto doctrine, continue in them."
And continue in those.
"For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee."
Salak, you start up a couple verses.
It says, verse 14. It says in 1 Timothy 4 and 13, it says, "Till I come, give attendance to reading."
And that's what we need to be doing. Hey, that's what that's the spirit. Keep going.
It says, "Give attendance unto reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which is given thee by by prophecy, which with the laying on the hands of the presbytery."
And that's what we're not supposed to be doing. Hey, because we was given this gift through our apostles, our men of the Lord that the Lord has set up to preach this truth and be a man of the Lord. So hey, we supposed to begin to reading and understand